The battle for the quarterfinal places is well and truly alive as the Highlanders go to the deepest of Souths to Invercargill, where they had their final home game, their final regular season matchup against the Waratahs. The two teams battle it out in 11th and 12th position, with a bonus point victory needed to even have a chance at quarterfinal playoffs action. Hello everyone and welcome back along to Cornflakes Trivia, home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the Super Rugby season for 2019. It is the final round of the season and the Highlanders are hosting the Waratahs in the cold, in the not quite raining but very chilly temperatures of Southland Rugby. Down in Invercargill, Rugby Park Stadium is the venue for this big game as well, and both sides in similar positions on the table going into this matchup. The Highlanders are one place ahead in 11th, and for them a bonus point victory will be the minimum that they need to take away from this matchup, and the team is pretty full strength as well. One key omission, of course, will be of fullback Ben Smith, not fit, not ready for this big clash versus the Waratahs, but the other Smith is there. Aaron Smith will lead the back line along with Jaguares and Walden Thompson in the midfield. Dangerous outside backs though, with Tavita on the left, while sucking the hollow the right, and Josh Mackay at fullback for the Highlanders. Their pack has been strong, and Liam Squire, back from injury, has been leading this pack from the front. They'll continue that on today for the Highlanders fans as they look for this big victory and a big push towards quarter-final rugby. And standing in their way is the Waratahs, a team which has hung on desperately to that chance of making the top 8, that they have not done the obvious thing and rested their Wallaby key players for the season, and that has come to a big head here today in the final round, where the whole lot of them have had to go to the sidelines. That means big holes throughout this lineup, but none more so than in the number 10 jumper, where there will be no Bernard Foley to lead this team around. Phibbs has got a new partner in the halves, and it will be the youngster in Mac Mason in the number 10 jumper. Also big holes in the pack. No Sikopi Kepu, no Michael Hooper, just to name a couple in those positions. It's a new look pack, however. Harry Johnson-Holmes will partner in the middle at hooker. Damien Fitzpatrick and Tom Robertson will start on the tight head side. Ned Hannigan will be alongside Tom Staniforth in the second row, and a really fresh looking back row with Hugh Sinclair, Will Miller and Michael Wells at number 8. How this back line will operate without the chief and commander that is Bernard Foley will be really interesting. For Kitty's looked alright this season. Adam Ashley Cooper, the old head, really not his old self, but still has that experience that they're really lacking. The key man will be Curtis Rona on the left side. He's been dangerous, and they've got to give him as much ball as possible. Cam Clark will be on the right, and Alex Newsom will line up at fullback for the Waratahs. So we are all set to get the game underway. It'll be the Waratahs who are playing in their light blue strips for today's matchup, and of course the Highlanders, the home team, in the dark blue, ready to go. Mac Mason gets us underway. High kick away to the right hand side, and beautifully taken from Cam Clark. Takes it beautifully, but he's wrapped up. Oh, great penalty. Highlanders on the breakdown. Very fast, very accurate, and an early penalty to boot as well. Well, you've got to question that. Cam Clark went up very well, but no one was there to help the poor guy out, and he's gone straight into a big pile of dark blue jerseys who have wrapped him up and secured an early penalty for the Highlanders early on. It's bonus point city at the moment, though, for these two sides. That is the goal. A win, but most importantly, the bonus points who go with it is Tom Franklin's grabbed down the line out, and straight to a high shot goes Joshuani, and it's another penalty to the Highlanders. This time it is for Kitty. Going in, no arms, just straight into the shoulder, and the Highlanders, well, quickly, as you like. It's not raining here in Invercargill, so we take every chance we can to get some running rugby. The Highlanders definitely are playing by that mantra at the moment, and they're going for the line out for the second time. No look at penalties. It is all for the sevens as Liam Coltman in his 100th fixture for the Highlanders throws in, and it's nicely grabbed in the front middle as well, and Smith goes wide to Ty Walden. Walden runs to the line, finds Lynch's into the board, and Lynch's does a good work too, fending off one defender before going to ground, just short of the 22, going backwards, and Johnson will go wide to Liam Squire, and Squire, a strong run of the ball, Goes straight into centre field, right in front of the sticks of the Highlanders struggle. Coleman won't find it. It'll go back instead for Fitzpatrick. And away will go the Waratahs. Curtis Rona way off his wing out in this right-hand side. And another turnover. This time it's Rob Thompson. Lee off his wing. Walling, quick ball to Waisaki Naholo. And no one will stop the flying winger from there. It is a great start for the Highlanders. And Waisaki Naholo trying to rediscover that famous All Black form, scores on the right wing. Rob Thompson made the turnover, that was key, and quick ball through the back line as well. Ty Walden, you got to give big credit there. His huge pass out to Waisaki Naholo was the difference, 12 and 13. Those two are the golden numbers. Great finishing though, we know what he's like. He's capable of extreme speed and elusive finishing. And he showed just half of those abilities there. A good little run to the corner. No one in the Waratahs shirt was even getting close to it. The home crowd are happy that their team has started off in a bit of a flurry. Inside quarter of an hour, they got the first try, the match-up on the board. And Ioane from the right-hand sideline puts in a great kick as well. It's a beauty from Ioane. And it's 7-0, Highlanders leading the Waratahs after 15 minutes of this round 18 Super Rugby clash. Still a long way to go, however. Of course, the bonus points not too thick and fast in coming. A lot of tries are required, of course, as up we go again. Makes it this time. Oh, beautifully taken. Hamopo, and another high shot coming in for the Waratahs. They've really got to watch this, because I think that looks like Fekete again. And Lalakai Fekete is really putting in the hard hits, but the referee is having none of it. And he's setting him back as well. As here is Ioane looking for touch. Once more, the Highlanders really not messing about here. Every little whisker of a chance they are putting to the sidelines. And trying to pin the Waratahs down in their own territory. It's Liam Coltman. This time lines up, just a 5-man line out. Hamopo, Franklin up against Hannigan and Stanforth as Aaron Smith gets a nicing in. Ioane will run at the line once more. Oh, Ioane, great step, Binks 2, Josh Ioane wide, one longer support out wide, Ty Walden to Rob Thompson, and to put it down. Another beautiful try for the Highlanders straight off the line out. Magical work from the Southern men as they deliver another beautiful try. This is all Josh Ioane and the silky feet of the young fly half, and this was perfect catch and pass through the back line of the Highlanders, and Rob Thompson knows his way to the corner. This was magical stuff. Beautiful bust away from Michael Wells. Then it was good work from Whitelock away through the midfield partnership once again of Ty Walden, and then Rob Thompson. No requirements of Waisaki Naholo this time as Rob Thompson grabs his opening try for the matchup. Well, double delight for Highlanders fans here as they go over for their second, just over the 20-minute mark. And Josh Ioane with another attempt from this right-hand side, which has been rather productive for the home side tonight, is another good kick. Skied it a little bit, but it had the legs to go all the way. And the Highlanders lead the Waratahs 14 points to 0. They are one more try away from being in a bonus point position. The Waratahs just have to score one themselves, and they can really put a spanner in that works. Underway we go, Mason long again, and I hardly have seen the Waratahs with ball in hand as here's Josh Ioane once more, trying to go alone. He is wrapped up, and the Waratahs get a good hit too on this breakdown, and they will turn this ball over. Here's a chance now as Wells goes very deep, and finding Alex Newsom back there, cuts it back to the right, and a runaway chance here for Cameron Clark. Leaks one, great field away to be the lead. They're coming across as Mackay, and Coltman as well gets in there, and then over the top goes Coltman to turn the ball over. Well, that was wrapped up like the best present you could think of by the Highlanders, and now Ioane, well, Ioane's he's messed this up. He's tried to peel off as much as he could. He's missed touch, however, which is a great mistake to make. It's now the Waratahs come wide. Fekete back inside and finding room through the middle. It's Tom Robinson. Sipping Mackay, but he gives it off to Wells instead. And another penalty goes the way of the Highlanders. The ruck work of the Waratahs is somewhat subpar tonight in Invercargill, as the penalties are being dished out thick and fast to the home team. This time Ioane makes no mistake about it, putting this one promptly into the second tier of the stand, even though there isn't one. It's the corporate Boxers, just got a free rugby ball. It's Coltman, who was the try saver just moments ago, finds Lynches at the back, and Aaron Smith finds Ty Walden, who will run at the line. And trying to look for that elusive pace out wide, couldn't get the ball away. Smith runs a bit, finding Rob Thompson, who's dogged it on. It's towed ahead nicely, and Curtis Rona eventually gets it down to Josh Mackay. And a chance for a turnover again, it's there, and Rona does very well. Johnson Holmes pops it off. And it could be another turnover. Lynches, it's all over the place at the moment. As a poor pass finds no one. Humopo gets it up though. And Tyrell Lomax gets away to Tavita Lee. Lee down the left-hand side. No one really with him. And he decides to go for the air. A little bit of a territory game as back there goes Phipps. And they turn it around nicely. In a bit of trouble once more. Rob Thompson. Unbelievable work. Lomax has got Lee. Lee inside to Squire. Liam Squire for the line. And Liam Squire will score. Wow, that is end-to-end stuff right on the stroke of half-time from the Highlanders. Magical work. And they put in the hard yards, the kick chases, the ruck breakdowns. It was all on their side. Rob Thompson take a bow. But this work here from Tavita Lee, cutting back in, finding the support of Liam Squire, who squirts away an easy run in. And he is back. He's back with a bit of vengeance as well. Rob Thompson, one of the most underrated players in New Zealand rugby right now. He is playing an amazing game. And his team is well and truly benefiting from his cause as well. To extend their lead now out to 19 points to 0. And a kick to come from Josh Ioane. Right out in front too. This is the easiest of the night. And we'll see the two teams to the halftime break as well. Possibility here for the Highlanders to be up 21 to 0, and it is a reality as Ioane's conversion sails between the uprights, the flags go up, and the referee will send the two teams to the break. It is 21-0, the Highlanders with a commanding performance and a commanding lead at the halftime break. Well, commanding stats as well for the home side. Look at those possession and territory stats going the way of the Highlanders. 71% of possession, 64% of territory. The Waratahs have hardly touched the ball. And even mistakes by the Highlanders have really been capitalised on more than a couple of phases. The Highlanders have made a few errors, 4 to 0. With 29% of the ball, you can't expect the Waratahs to be making too many mistakes. They have, however, had enough line breaks to make something from it. 3 line breaks for the Tars, only 4 by the Highlanders. The big difference is 3 of those were converted into tries. The Waratahs doing a bit more on defence as well, but the Highlanders are certainly happy to kick. And that territory gain is certainly putting them in a good position to attack on defence. And that is the difference at the moment. The ruck breakdowns certainly are positive for the Highlanders. They are gaining a big advantage there, getting to the breakdown early, getting to the breakdown fast, and they are turning over a lot of ball that the Waratahs would have loved to be able to play with. It is 21-0, the Highlanders in the lead with a bonus point at the moment. If they can keep that 3-try buffer, they will be well happy heading into the rest of the weekend, where it could see them slide in to the bottom of the playoffs. Back to the action we come with the Highlanders ready to get the second half underway. Josh Ioane, who has been in sublime form, creating the second try of the match with his fancy footwork. Now it's with the boot once again as he resumes the match up. 40 minutes gone, and we have 40 minutes still to go. As a good take there from Nick Phipps, and he gets the ball for the Waratahs down, but they could be in a bit of strife here as the Highlanders charge on in, and it's turnover ball. Whitelock to Squire. Squire throws it out the back, finds Whitelock again. Ioane with numbers on his left, numbers on his right. He can't find any of them. Oh, you've got to feel sorry for Ty Walden there. He was all over that run. Here's Coltman to Johnston. Oh, another high shot. Aidan Johnston taken in a swinging arm. And that was from Will Miller by the looks of things. It's something the Waratahs certainly have not been at the top of the class in today, and that is discipline. Is a good kick away from Josh Ioane. Just gets it inside the try line and into touch. Beautiful, beautiful accuracy from the young number 10. Coltman with an important line out here as the Highlanders will look to further their lead. And they go to the front, and Himopo finds Franklin away to Ty Walden. It's hard to get the line, but a good tackle there from Adam Ashley Cooper. Puts him to ground. Aaron Smith to Rob Thompson, trying to twinkle toes his way through there, Rob Thompson, but plenty of blue, and it's the light blue as well, as Nick Phibbs hammers this away. And Josh Mackay cross field has to go and fetch it for the Highlanders, and he turns to centre field and runs it back, and he's beaten one, Josh Mackay, he shoots through the middle, just stopped by a whisker, with a good tackle at the back there from Alex Newsom, stops him in his tracks. Aidan Johnson running to Waisaki Naholo, oh what a tackle! Excellent tackle there on Naholo, and Curtis Rona has his work cut out, but he's doing well so far. Lee in midfield, Tavita Lee, magical stuff from him, finds Luke Whitelock, Whitelock to the line, Whitelock will score, and that will put it beyond doubt now. Highlanders with 4, and the captain is the one to dot it down. 26-0 kick to come, and it's all smiles for Luke Whitelock. He was ranging out wide. The pass from Tavita Lee was relatively average at best, but the finish was anything but average. Lee just skinned him straight through Tom Robinson, who had no chance at stopping the left winger, and look at him go. The determination of a Whitelock is definitely something you don't want to contend with. Another great try for the Highlanders, who have been all over this one massively against the Waratahs. And the home fans down here as it starts to get extremely chilly late into the evening. They will be more than impressed with this Highlanders display at the moment. Conversion good from Ioane. And he increases the lead now to 28 points to 0. One-way traffic at the moment. And their bonus point now has a 2-try buffer before they lose it. And that will be very pleasing to not only the coaching staff but the players, who will more than want to play again next week. And who it will be against, we will not know until the conclusion of the weekend. My goodness me, Aaron Smith has just been decapitated. What a tackle there on this small little man, the number 9, and it's a turnover as well. Now the Waratahs look to attack. Harry Johnson-Holmes in a good spot as well.
Release.
Just outside the 22. The Waratahs need to make something come of this. Phibbs goes outside a good run here, but Will Miller steps in when he should have stepped out. Slow ball, but they finally get it back. Staniforth goes away nicely to Fokete, who pops it short nicely. Sinclair as well, getting involved back to Staniforth again. It sets up now for Wells. And it's Mason. Now they use the back line to the Waratahs. Adam Ashley Cooper back inside. And a good little ball here for Hugh Sinclair.
Release.
It's right on the 22. They're starting to get a bit of momentum now. Damien Fitzpatrick. Away to Harry Johnson-Holmes. Johnson-Holmes is in. He looks inside. Beautiful ball away to Michael Wells. The defence was shifting to the touchline. And they spent 3 Waratahs players waiting. But what a clever play from Harry Johnson-Holmes to see the man on his inside with the defence shifting left. He went right, and it was goodbye and curtains for the back rower. Magical work there. Look at all the players to his left. Mac Mason, well, he was a little bit dirty. He didn't get that ball. But the try still scored will be much to rejoice for the Waratahs. Those numbers to the left, and you see the Highlanders defence out there. Ty Walden and Waisaki Naholo both going, shifting to cover those numbers. There's some great street smarts there from the young loose head prop. Johnson-Holmes will be loving, relishing that. Here is Mason. Oh, that is close to the post. And it has just managed to slick over by a whisker. And the Waratahs have something to celebrate in that. Bonus point is now just hanging by a thread. If they concede another one, the Highlanders, it will be out the window. Underway we go again through Ioane. And it's fielded down there nicely for Kitty, who's been quite heavily involved in everything for the Waratahs. As Mason waits to the left, but it's Phibbs that goes to the right. And they go left and right and back to the ruck before eventually it's Tom Staniforth who takes it back. And definitely the back 5, if you would call them that, are playing a lot of this game within themselves. Here's Fitzpatrick giving it back to Phibbs, and he goes forward just a metre or 2. For it waits now for Wells, who goes short, and Adam Ashley Cooper. Not his best piece of play there as he goes a bit sideways and backwards. It's a quick pick and go now from Cameron Clark.
Release.
And again, no real incision into this tough Highlanders defence so far. They go very wide now, and a good ball from Robinson, finding room out there for Curtis Rona, who goes and dummies and steps, but he's taken down. Good tackle, Josh Mackay. Never looked like he was going to get too far. Aaron Smith is on the sideline. He may get a little bit of a head knock there as for Kenny. Has a bit of a run there through, and turned over from the Highlanders fullback and youngster Josh Mackay. What a take from the young man. He's pulled that back for his team. Now Hamopo, wide to Johnson, wide lock involved. There's plenty of numbers out here, but Lee gets a terrible ball. Lee's picked up brilliantly, and the numbers are still there. Ty Warden for race of Nick Phipps. Warden to the corner. Phipps won't stop him, and Ty Warden reinstates a 28-point lead. Of course, with the conversion. 26 currently, the Highlanders back on their attacking ways. It was a terrible pass to Tavita Lee, but he did so well to pick up and turn and really gun it for that corner, and the support from the guys like Ty Warden is second to none at the moment. Warden wasn't even in the mix. You see him there, go wide. The space was open, it was available, and Lee heard the call, and that was the difference for the Highlanders backline. Great communication, great awareness as well, and that combination slots him in. Another brilliant try. It's been all the home team here tonight. A little glimmer for the Waratahs, but they have been comprehensively outplayed as we head to the final few seconds of this matchup. The conversion, well, it's likely to be the final say in this clash, in the opening clash it is of round 18, the final round of Super Rugby round robin play, as Joshuani has the say, the final say in this big game, and it is the Highlanders who do the deed, they do the business, and they walk away a bonus point win against the Waratahs here in Invercargill. Great performance by the Southern franchise, leaving this game till last to come down here into Southland and brave the conditions, leave the roof of Forsyth Bar, and inviting the Waratahs, who certainly put all their eggs into a far too early basket. They were left with a very below par team, and it showed as they struggled in the breakdown, and they struggled to defend the back three and even the centres of the Highlanders, who were much more up to the task in putting this one away. 35 points to 7, 5 tries to 1. That is bonus point material for the home team. Tries going to Liam Squire, Luke Whitelock, Ty Warden, Rob Thompson, and of course, Waisaki Naholo, who started it all off. Joshuani on fine form with the boot as well, 5 out of 5 conversions for the Waratahs. However, it was just the one try for Michael Wells and the one conversion for Mac Mason, who really found the pressure of this one a little bit too much for the youngster. But they build and they grow, and that is what the Waratahs will be hoping for from this matchup in future. And finally, with the stats from tonight's matchup, the Highlanders really did dominate possession and territory in the opening half. The Waratahs pulled it back as well as a try, but they'll be wishing they could have got a lot more out of that matchup. Just over the 50 for the Highlanders on possession, 56, and territory 57. The tackle count awfully close for two teams that were very one-sided with how much the Highlanders had the ball in the first spell. But the line breaks sadly not there, but it was the Waratahs who had plenty of chances. They couldn't put any of them to bed until quite late on in the second half. Handling errors and penalties, pretty much to and fro for disappointments for these two sides. The Highlanders certainly didn't do themselves any justice, dropping the ball 7 times, mistakes there, but the Waratahs, 6 penalties conceded to 0, and that really gave the Highlanders an easy run in the first half to close this one out. And that does do it for the final round of Super Rugby round robin play in 2019. Whether these two teams will make it into the playoffs, well, the Waratahs certainly won't, but the Highlanders now in with a chance thanks to that victory. Of course, if they do, they could go on to play teams like the Crusaders, the Jaguares, who are still yet to play, but have already cemented their place at the top of the table. We will find out as the weekend progresses, but for this one, that's my time done and dusted. Thank you everyone for tuning and watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little matchup. I'll be back again, of course, for the Super Rugby quarterfinal preview show during the week, and we will have some quarterfinal action for you after the weekend's play as well. But for this one, that is all we have time for. I'll see you soon for more rugby action. Until then though, thanks for tuning and watching, and as always, take care.